You're certain it was Verda's?
He said his name, barely even knew that much. But still.
You tried your best, Han. I'm glad you're safe now.
We aren't really... Hello, stranger.
Focus on your breathing, Jules. Slow and deep. Claude, turn your head if you can hear me.
The dishevelled pair eye you with hope, though their hope is tinged with mistrust. The lizard gasps as she notices the marks left on your neck by the source collar. She steps towards you.
You've come from Fort Joy. Can I ask if... Did you happen to meet a man named Gareth on your way here through the swamp?
He'll be back, Samadel. I know he will. He has to.
He has to, indeed. We need our leader. And if he doesn't return with help soon, we haven't a hope. Have you heard of shriekers?
Han looks down with a flinch. Samadel reaches out, grasping his hand. Her jaw tightens.
They're weapons that can kill with a screech. The Magisters patchwork them from living sorcerers. Don't misunderstand me. We're not afraid to fight, but we are powerless against shriekers. The priestess at the shrine told Gareth some ancient secrets, some defenses that could be found in Brackus's armory, and he went there in the hopes of finding it, whatever it is. You're kind to offer, but you'd best talk to Gareth's squire, Exeter. He'll know where your talents can be most used. Now, Han, let's take a look at your nasty leg injury.
Catch you later, stranger. It's good you're here.
Han stares fixedly at the dirt floor, twitching lips giving away the grimace he's trying to hide as stinking ointment is applied to a deep gash on his leg.
Good to see you again, not-so-stranger. Glad you made it here in one piece, unlike me. Any idea what you're going to do next?
Claude, are you still with us?
Sure, just don't get too cozy. If you're smart, you won't stay here too long. Folks here just want to cry over spilt milk and wait for Gareth. Soon as I'm healed, I'll find him myself. Someone has to. If you have one to spare, I sure would appreciate it.
He gulps down the potion and stretches his leg in front of him, grinning.
Save your strength.
Almost good as new now. Thanks.
Claude, turn your head if you can hear me.
Martha's axe looks serviceable.
A grim-faced man sifts through a pile of badly damaged weapons, salvaging the repairable, ditching the broken. He picks up a rapier, the blade nicked and splintered, the hilt twisted. He holds the damaged blade up to the light.
This was Halorn's blade. It was his first, it was also his last. He didn't intend to die here, but die here he did. He was an ordinary soul with an extraordinary heart, Halorn, and he died for what he believed. What did Halorn believe in? He believed in truth. He believed in hope. He believed that Alexander is a killer of Godwoken. I believe that on one point at least, he was right.
The point breaks away, leaving a jagged edge. The sword is shorter now, but it'll do more damage.
Who are you?
Amadie, bless and protect your humble servant.
He realizes, to his surprise, that he holds the weapon in his hand, ready for battle. He smiles to himself, tucks the weapon away, and gets back to work.
If this is all we have, we're done for.
Amidst the placid little pond, the face of a goddess lies half submerged in the water. Rivulets stream from her deep-set eyes like endless cascades of sunlit tears. You feel peaceful in her presence, soothed somehow by an intangible comfort. As you gaze upon her loving face, you find yourself drawn into a trance-like state. A voice seems to reach you from within your mind and from the furthest reaches of the stars. Its whispers caress you like a breeze. The voice grows stronger, like a breeze picking up. What were whispers become words.
My children, gone are my children. Dead are they in the cradle I have ruled.
A feeling of indescribable sadness assails you. It feels like your heart merges with the spirits, torn together by a coil of thorns.
My child, weep with me for the mother who has lost. Weep with me and bathe in the tears of Amadi.
You feel the goddess's presence surround you, feel her nestle you tenderly like a mother.
Fain the brave, Fain the savior.
The intensity of her embrace deepens. Never since the unremembered days of childhood have you been so enveloped in maternal safety.
My child, I love you. My own, I will guard you. Wander where you will, and cherish the kiss of Amadi.
You feel yourself shine with an inner light, rejuvenated and pure, as if born anew.
Amadi's grace, blessings upon this day. Please, Amadi, bless and protect your humble servant.
Echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
Wished bonny barn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky.
By Amadi's grace, what did you do?
So close your sweet eyes, rest your head.
This is incredible. In all my years, I've never seen the goddess bestow her blessing on someone. I am humbled to be in your presence. Truly, we are blessed to know you. If Amadi favors you, that is all I need to know. Go in peace, brother.
Bonny barn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky.
And what might that be, O blessed child? Gareth. He set off to find the soul-forged weapons of Brachus Rex. A brave mission, and a dangerous one. But I cannot... North of here, you'll find the ruins of Brachus's source armory. Nothing in this land can counter the Shrieker's power like those weapons. Without them, the Seekers are truly hopeless. Walk ever in Amadi's grace, child.
Martha's axe looks serviceable.
Wisht, bonny bairn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, we're
Smoke
safe
and
in bed.
screams. Echoes of death.
So close your sweet eyes and
Gareth.
rest your wee head.
Please come back.
A dwarf stands by a young woman. He seems intensely focused on her, whispering and singing softly in her ear. She's staring blankly into space.
Blood and bone. Fire and smoke. Death and worse.
Hush now, Leia. They'll not hurt you again. You're safe now. Once Gareth gets back, we're going home. You'll see. He'll be fine.
The woman rubs her neck, raking her nails across her skin as she whimpers. The dwarf starts at the sound of your voice, gripping the woman's arm for a moment before he relaxes.
New faces. Hope you aren't bushwhacked by the Magisters too. This one's seen a lot today. She were in the middle of it all when the Magisters unleashed their shriekers.
Howling dogs and men. Friends silently screaming through stitched mouths.
He puts his arm around her as she starts to sob.
She's delicate at the best of times. I asked Simone for something to help her relax, but Gareth's the only one who truly keeps her calm. If we didn't need her to remove Urdus' collar, she'd be safe somewhere far from here. And now the rescue's scuppered. It were all for nothing.
Gareth would know what to do.
We were part of the caravan headed to Fort Joy, shiny collars and all. Gareth and the Seekers ambushed the caravan and freed us, saved every one of us from that hell. But now he's off searching for weapons to take down them shriekers, and all we can do is sit here, thinking about the Godwoken we didn't save.
From fragments to whole. From their past to our future. From their hope to ours.
She ain't detailed, but she ain't wrong. The Godwoken are our hope that a new divine can be born. Someone to replace Lucian and push back the Voidwoken. Someone to restore order and protect the source. I'd speak to Exeter if you want to know more. There's ways, but I ain't privy to them. One thing I do know, mind. The Voidwoken have their number. They react to Godwoken like no one else.
Barking dogs in wolves' clothing. Teeth in the sea. Teeth in the swamp. Teeth in the air.
Aye, there's enough of them about. But don't you worry none. Gareth will be back soon. Then we'll be home in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. We were part of the caravan headed to Fort, but now he's off searching for...
The dwarf starts to sing softly as the woman rocks slowly in her seat. Duggan stands over Leia, singing softly as she mutters about Gareth.
There, lass. Don't you worry.
A young man in oversized armor paces around a table covered with a spread of maps, his face a tight scowl of frustration.
Every approach blocked. Oh, damn it. What good are battle tactics against those things anyway?
He glances up. In quick succession, he becomes aware of both your presence and the fact that you're not a familiar face.
Who the blazes are you?
You're safe in bed,
Echoes of death.
so close your sweet eyes and
Please come
rest
back.
your wee head.
A sorcerer, indeed. I should have realized. A seeker can always recognize a sorcerer when they see one. meant Verdus. Then he's as good as dead. We're the Seekers he spoke of. We were supposed to free him. Instead, we've failed him. You, a Godwoken? Surely not. Though if Verdus said so, you could be important. But there's no way to be certain until we've left this blasted island behind us.
The young man anxiously fidgets with his curved bow. You've found a matter close to his heart, evidently.
That's easier said than done, I'm afraid. Much easier said. The Magisters have us cornered. They have these weapons called shriekers. If we try to go against them unprepared, we're dead. We've lost many already. They were sorcerers once, but after whatever perversions the Magisters subjected them to, they're death incarnate. If they can see you, they can kill you, instantly. After we retreated here, our leader, Sir Gareth, set out looking for some ancient weapons that could counter those things. Then we could break the Magister blockade and escape this island. But he hasn't returned. If Sir Gareth doesn't come back with those weapons in tow, well, this island will be our grave. You'll help us?
His shoulders visibly relax, the weighty armor upon them settling with a clink.
Thank you. Allies are in short supply in this place. If you help us, I promise we'll get you as far away from this place as possible. Please, ask. Whatever helps. The Magister flagship, the Lady Vengeance, she's anchored at the old harbour. Once the way is clear, we're to take her and get the hell out of here. We keep the ideals of Lucian the Divine alive. The world needs Source, and those who are most adept at using it. We aim to protect those special few. We came to free an elf called Verdus from Fort Joy. He was a Godwoken. He could have been the next Divine, but we failed him. Well, before there's a Divine, there must be a Godwoken. Only a special few among sorcerers have this potential. Without them, a true successor to Lucian will never rise. And on top of everything, someone seems to be killing what few Godwoken there are. It must be Alexander. A failed Godwoken like him wouldn't want to see any other become the next Divine. Sir Gareth? He's the finest Seeker I know. I'm honored to serve as his squire. He wouldn't let us down. Not unless something's gone horribly wrong. None. He set out to find those source weapons, and that's the last we saw of him. The masked priestess, Gratiana, told Sir Gareth of them after she granted us shelter here. She was reluctant at first, but, well, Sir Gareth can be very insistent. Speak to her if you wish. She may know more.
So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Please, Amadii, bless and protect your humble servant.
Bonnie Baron, now don't you cry.
Ifan looks anxious, an unfamiliar look on the lone wolf. Stepping closer, he whispers urgently in your ear.
I know who's hunting Godwoken. It's the lone wolves. Yes.
He looks around, surveying your surroundings with a keen eye.
I intend to find out. I bet we can track down my old pack and ask some questions. Last I heard, they were camped out near Driftwood. In the meantime, let's keep a lower profile.
Maybe we should fortify this place. Make a stand. No, no. We don't have the time. Think, damn it. Gareth would know what to do.
Matis, the wound is festering. It needs to be changed.
I will not be a burden. Leave me be.
He has cheated death. Thank you, stranger.
I'm healed. Thank you, stranger. You should have seen to the others first, though. They're far closer to the Hall of Echoes than I ever was.
Lord, are you still with us? Rest, Jules. Claude? Claude? Can you hear me?
In an instant, my wounds have all but vanished. I didn't think. I was certain I wouldn't. Thank you.
The Magister flagship. It has ballast that tore our ship into kindling.
shard from our own mast pierced my side. I'm lucky the others managed to haul me all the way here. Especially after I saw what the Magisters did to those of us they captured.
He shudders at the memory.
They turned the living into shriekers. Crucified wretches that unleash pure destruction on anyone who tries to pass. I wish I had a fitting way to thank the person who saved my life. As it is, all I can offer is, well, the fog is lifting.
Claude, turn your head if you can hear me.
You healed me. How did you... Oh, never mind. I don't care how. I only care that today won't be my last.
I don't remember much. I barely had time to realize the Magisters were attacking before I was injured. Those Magisters are gonna pay in blood for what they did to us.
If my mother were here, she'd box my ears for not being able to thank you properly. Though I reckon that walloping from the Reds was punishment enough. Take this, at least. It'll have to do. Thank you.
Okay. We are fortunate indeed to have you.
Healed? I'm healed.
The fog is lifting.
They're gonna be all right. Thank you. Thank you, gods above, thank you.
I'm healed.
Samadel smiles with relief at Han's healed leg, bowing gently in thanks when your eyes meet.
Water, please. Water.
Please, Amadii, bless and protect your humble servant.
This is ruined.